Hey YouTube, Rider Zero here today with a new review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Gokai Gun from Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger. This is one of two main weapons used by all the Gokaigers. Definitely my favorite of the two so far. Nothing wrong with the sword, but a gun's just always fun. So as always, we'll go ahead and jump right into it by taking a look at the box. Good shot of Gokai Red there on the front of it. Good shot there of the actual gun. The symbol for the fact that the gun makes sounds, and I think that says something about the gun down there. I really don't know. I can't read Japanese, sorry. Showing that it comes with the key for Gokai Blue. Across the top of it here, we have the usual lineup of reds that we've seen on all of the roleplay merchandise so far. Over here on the side, you've got a nice shot there of Gokai Red with the gun. Kind of, I guess you could call it loading the key in there. Basically what's the contents of the package are there. And then on this side, kind of an action shot with Gokai Red, as well as the saber and the gun, and another shot of what you get in the box. On the bottom of it, I should say, not the back. Nice shot of the whole team there, all wielding their pistols. And then on the back, another shot of the contents of the box, and then some explanations on what everything does. Contents, how to change it into key mode from the little ranger mode if you're not familiar with it. Showing there on the bottom of the gun that the Gokaiger symbol, you can actually push it and it flips the, I don't know what they're calling that part, so I'm just going to call it the key slot open. And then you load it in there, twist, blah, blah, blah. And then the rest of the roleplay gear that is currently out, the buckle, the mobiles, and the saber. So as always, we'll leave this here in the background as a background. Try to line it up right in the camera. Let's see. We'll take a look at the key first, and we'll do the mobiles. So, pretty much what we've become accustomed to so far with the keys. Nice detailing there. It's painted on, no stickers, thankfully. But yeah, pretty much is the same as the rest of the Gokaigers that you've already seen. Real quick, I'll go ahead and throw it down. Let me get the mobiles here. Go ahead and transform it into key mode real quick. Wait a minute, forgot to put the hands up. There we go. And take a look at that real quick. So you get the same change noise and the same sounds except for the second one. So that's the same, but this time when you push it the second time, it calls out the color. So that's cool. Not that I have any problem with the Red Rangers or the red, the other red Sentai heroes, but it is nice to get a little bit of different color with the Gokai Blue key. I still think this should have come with the saber after watching episode 4, but what can you do? So we'll set that aside. We'll use that again here in a few minutes. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Gokai Gun in all of its glory. Right off the bat, it's very, very nicely detailed. I like the design of it. It's got kind of like the old school flintlock look to it with the space age twist. The detailing on it is very nice. The red's not coming off as red as it looks in person. It's got kind of more of a candy red, I guess you could call it. On camera, at least on the screen that I'm currently looking at, it looks more like a darker, almost a crimson red actually. Nice blue detailing here around the Gokaiger logo, and then some of that kind of exposed wiring look, kind of like the roleplay stuff for Double had, which I was a real big fan of that. It made it look kind of, like it was made in a workshop and just kind of thrown out there for use. But, really cool. The back of it here has a little bit of molding detail on the grip. It is kind of, I don't know what they call it. It's got kind of a ribbed feel to it a little bit. It doesn't really do a whole lot in terms of grip. It's still pretty, it's plastic, so it's, pretty slick. But, it's nice that they threw that little detail in there. The other side is detailed pretty much the same, save for the on-off switch there. Same paint around it, same logos and whatnot. This is where the battery compartment is. A little bit of a change from the rest of them. It actually unscrews rather than being a little push pin that you can just slide the door off. Not a huge problem, but a little different. On the bottom here, you have the Gokaiger logo in red. This is what it was shown on the back of the box. If you push that in, the top piece here flips up so you can load the key in, which we'll take a look at as well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Actually, let me say one thing real quick. The speaker's in the front of it, which I thought was a really, really good idea. Rather than it being on the back or on the side of it like most role-play toys, it just kind of makes more sense to put it in the front of the gun. I mean, that's where you're pointing it and that's where you want the sounds to go. So I thought that was really cool that they threw the speaker in the front rather than, on the rest of the gun. We'll go ahead and flip it on real quick, and it all, as always, it is going to have a sound. So you get the same ringtone that the Mobiles and all the other roleplay gear so far has. It has two different sounds when you pull the trigger. I'll try to kind of demonstrate it as best as possible. You really can't hear it until you're doing rapid fire, but we'll take a look real quick. Here's the first one. And then the second one. So you probably really can't tell a whole lot of difference, but when you do rapid fire, you can. Hear how it kind of changes from that, like a regular shot to a little bit more of a high-pitched shot. Just a little bit of difference, not a whole lot, but that's pretty much the basic sounds you get. If you hold the trigger, you get this. So you get that. And that's pretty much it for the standard mode. It fits really nicely in the hand. I've got kind of large hands, and, I can hold it just like a normal pistol. So, no problems there. It sized very nicely. It's pretty, compared to some of the other weapons, I think it's a little closer to screen accurate in terms of some of the other roleplay weapons that I'm used to from, things like Kamen Rider and whatnot. So I was really, really happy with it overall. So, as far as the basic sounds, like I said, that's pretty much it. We'll go ahead and take a look at the final wave sound. So, again, you push the button here on the bottom, and the top pops up. And then any key, it doesn't matter which one, they all do the same sound. So, I'm just going to go ahead and use the key for Gokai Blue again. So, you see there, you can load it into the slot. Just pop it in. No sound when you pop it in, like with the Mobiles, but when you turn it, you do get a sound. So, you get that. And then when you pop it down in there, you get the final wave, and it keeps making that sound until you pull the trigger. And then when you pull the trigger, you get the big, huge final wave explosion shot. And as long as you have the key in there, it'll keep doing that every time you pull the trigger. You just get that over and over. I don't think it does anything different if you hold the trigger, but we'll check out anyway. No, you don't even get a chance. So, you just keep getting that sound over and over until, you're done with it, I guess you could say. You hit the button on the bottom again, and it pops up, and you get another noise. You get that same kind of, like you're, cocking a shotgun kind of sound. And then you get the power down sound when you turn it and eventually take the key out. Oh, and I forgot about that one. You get that when you pop the chamber, the barrel, I don't know, what will we call this? The key loading slot, that's what I decided to call it. You get that sound when you pop it back down in there. So, overall though, I was really, really happy with the weapon, or the toy, the roleplay toy, I guess I should call it. It's not even, whatever. I was really happy with it. Very, very happy that I went ahead and picked it up, because I had, kind of debated with myself whether or not I was going to get into the weapons. But I'm glad I did. I think it's a fantastic weapon. If you're a fan of Gokaiger, I think you should definitely pick it up. Especially if you're going to try to complete all the keys. You're going to need it just to get the key for Gokai Blue. But overall, it's a definite pickup in my opinion. So that's pretty much it. I hope I covered everything. I think I did. If I didn't, then I'm sure I'll hear about that in the comments again. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for now. So, hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments, whatnot, as always, leave those. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to check out ridersrangersandrambles.com. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/riderzero. So, that's pretty much it. Till next time, take care. Thanks for watching.